Hello everyone and welcome to this Video Sans Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield and today I'm going to talk about Packard Bell. And the best way that I can talk about Packard Bell is to have Billy in the call with me.
Hello.
Now, some Blue Planet 64 viewers may remember that back in November 2011 I managed to get a Packard Bell EasyNote laptop. My first ever Packard Bell EasyNote laptop. It cost me £10 and it was a Celeron 366 with 64 megs of RAM and a 6.4 gig hard drive. Not a bad spec. Came to me with Windows 2000 Professional and Word 2003. And for some reason I had to put Windows ME on it. Oh, and the floppy drive didn't work. Now, with the help of a friend who comes from France, I was able to actually identify that as the 3612C. The EasyNote 3612C. Now, last week, I came across this. It's another Packard Bell EasyNote. I'll put the webcam over here so Billy can see it. This is another Packard Bell EasyNote. Looks exactly the same as the 3612C, except for it isn't. This is a 4012C, and it has some slight differences. So let's go to the computer screen and have a look at what the differences actually are. First of all, I actually need to open the document. Yeah, that's not worked well at all. Let's have a look. See if I can go to 90s publicity. 90s computer publicity. I have a folder called that. No, it's not there. Hang on a minute, I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got the Packard Bell up on the computer screen. Now, this is in French, so please do bear with me. I'll try and translate as I can. Oh, and now we have a we have a Luke in the call. Hello, Luke.
You've got that Luke Muller feeling. You're in a video, Luke.
Yeah, we're just in a video. I'm just recording the first look at my Packard Bell EasyNote 4012C. The Power Mac Galaxy. The Power Mac Galaxy's also got a Packard Bell, so look out for his video, which comes with a free boatload of swear words.
Yeah, a bunch of government grade, you know.
Yeah, government grade, yeah. Billy, please refrain from adding Chris to this video. I would like some family members to be able to watch this video. Okay, so this machine is a notebook multimedia. Qui as-tu compris? Basically, it's a multimedia notebook that's a wee bit special. All design, it's got basically multimedia software, 56K modem, CD-ROM drive, and a floppy drive. It also has internet. It also comes with an internet subscription and 5 email addresses. Nice. In the days before Hotmail, you could get as many email addresses as you want for as many different people as you want. Okay, so let's have a look at the specs. It's got a 400 megahertz Celeron. Nice. 64 megabytes of RAM. 6.4 gig hard disk and a 24-speed CD-ROM drive. So it looks to be exactly the same as a 3612C, apart from the fact that it's got a faster CPU. It has a 12.1 inch TFT screen at 800 by 600. Now I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the 3612C had an XDA 1024 by 768 display. Actually, I think I could be wrong. It's got a 400 megahertz Celeron with 128 kilobytes, using an Intel 440BX chipset, which is a good one. 64 or 112, well, 64 megs, I think you can upgrade to 128 megs SD RAM, 6.4 gigs hard disk, 1.4 floppy drive, 24 speed CD drive, 16-bit sound card, an ESS 1968S. Software wavetable synthesis. Oh, and my internet. The Skype call seems to have died. Great. It has modem. It has modem. It's got a battery. A battery that can apparently do over 2 hours battery life. Sorry about that. And it's got a touchpad and, well, basically all the other stuff that computers have. Runs Windows 98. Now, I could never get 98 to run on the 3612C without it crashing. So can I get it to run on this? I hope so. And originally it will have come with Microsoft Windows 98, compatible with 2000, came with Word 2000, Print Artist 4 from Sierra, Works 4.5a, Microsoft Money 99, Utils.
Hey, Jay, what would happen if you put Windows ME on it?
Well, Windows ME actually ran on the 3612C and it ran absolutely fine. So that would be perfectly possible, but what I actually want to do is try and find the correct drivers to run Windows 98 on it.
That's what I do.
I really want 98 running on this. It's a Celeron 400. It's got PB Softbar 2, which sounds like Navigator Assistant 2.0. Ugh. Norton Antivirus. Babylon 20.12. Right. That sounds like a Mayan thing. Packard Bell Smart Restore. It also has the Didacticiels Packard Bell. Oh, good, I'm glad it's got those. PC Doctor, Easy Crypto 2000, and Laplink. You also have some French thing, Dictionnaire, Hatchet Multimedia 99, Space Station Simulator, and Galswin Français et Math. And then for leisure, loisir, you have A&D Root Europe 99, Unlogos Cavavin, something about wine, Photo Express, ACDC 2.4, nothing about Back in Black, Video Studio. Why? Why Video Studio? Seriously, on a Celeron 400, get James.
Yeah, you'd like export a video and maybe,
what, to a floppy disk?
Maybe even a whole day.
Yeah, to a floppy disk. Yeah, give it to you.
I was watching an episode of Computer Chronicles once from 1995, and they were showing off some video editing software for Windows 95. And keep in mind, this is from 1995.
Yeah, I guess the idea would be that you are supposed to plug it into your television and output it to a video.
Yeah.
Does the machine have the capabilities to plug directly into the TV? We'll find out as soon as we take a tour. It also has Winamp, which whips the llama's butt. Espace des Enfants. And that's nothing to do with a Renault driven by children. It's got Disney, said Disney, so Disney designer. Adibo to environment. Adibo, I've heard of that. And then it's got
if it was a true Windows 98 computer, it would have Disney Daily Blast.
Probably does, just in French. And then it has Kid Desk. Mon Bureau. And then
it sounds like Kid Space 2.0.
And then it's got it sounds a bit like it. For games, you've got Egypt 1156 AV. So that must be something to do with which was the chip before Sandy Bridge?
Say that again.
Which came before Sandy Bridge?
It was like the first generation of the iSeries. There were two before that.
Yeah, because it's Egypt 1156 AV, so that must be something about sending early ICD's motherboards to Egypt.
Oh yeah, it was Nahum.
I thought you said Egypt as an idiot.
What, Egypt? Egypt 11... Well, the French are Celtic, you know. They are Celtic. Believe it or not, I mean, you know, a lot of people in England, they treat French people, you know, it's quite, you know, stereotypically the English don't like the French. They're always going on about them, you know, treat them with some disdain. Now, I'm pretty sure that's not...
I have mail!
Thanks, Luke. I've got mail.
Great.
I'm pretty sure that's not, in fact, true. I don't believe anyone well, I don't know. However, the Scots are actually very friendly with the French, apparently. Well, you guys helped us out back in the Battle of Falkirk days, so merci beaucoup pour la France. Merci. Anyway,
yeah, that architecture is the Nahum architecture.
Aye, I always pronounced it...
The Mayhem architecture?
Nahalem, sorry.
I always pronounced it Nahalem.
Nahalem. I'm going to say Nahalem.
Yeah, so apparently we've got a game where we send Nahalem motherboards out to Egypt, because it's called...
This is where the Clarkdale, the Linfield, and Arundel processors came from.
Arundel. I've heard of Arundel.
Those are the Core i5s.
Aye.
The mobile Core i5s, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen Arundel. Probably Computer Geeks, someone doing a CPU Z. They're always doing it.
I have a Pentium dual core from that era that's like Clarkdale, so...
I'll tell you what, I like the Sandy Bridge Pentium dual cores.
Me too. They're really nice.
They are.
The G620 was a fantastic chip.
I would have no qualms about building a system based around that chip.
I've used it. I used it for Linux for a long time. It worked great.
Because
you used it for Linux?
Yeah, Linux being a superior operating system. And then we have...
personally, I use Windows because Bill Gates is a sporty man.
Even though Bill Gates hasn't been really doing Windows stuff, he's just been handing out money to the poor and, you know, basically actually being a good citizen. You know, things that at the time of this Packard Bell's conception, we didn't think Bill Gates was capable of doing. We all thought he was evil.
Just ask Toasty Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Nathan Lineback he is a decent guy. I've spoken to him via email and I really like the guy. I've got a lot of time for him. Anyway, Andy made a website which I spent most of 2005 stuck in.
Same here.
Anyway, there's also Alpha Centaur. Communication. There's WinPhone, Fax, and Minitel.
Info, no.
Minitel, you can actually get a Minitel from this machine? Wow. CUC Me 4.0, Net to Phone, and ICQ 99. That'll bring back memories, Luke.
ICQ 99, oh yeah.
ICQ.
There's also Internet Explorer 5, Communicator 4.51, that'll be Netscape, PB Planetus, that came with my iMedia 5106, the blue one, CompuServe 2000, Wanadu, which Wanadu took over from FreeServe sometime in the mid-2000s in the United Kingdom, AOL 4.0, Cyber Patrol, Adobe Acrobat Reader 3.01, QuickTime 3, Shockwave 6, and RailPlayer G2, because avec Packard Bell, l'accès à Internet est gratuit. Basically, it means with Packard Bell, internet access is free.
Did you say free?
Apparently, I think it's free. Anyway, enough of this publicity. Let's get back to the Packard Bell. Now, I need to plug this in. How do you suppose we should do that, Luke?
Well, the power cord's connected to the outlet phone.
And the other end of the power cord's connected to the laptop phone. But before we do that, let's have a look at some of the other connections on here, because giggity. See? You can take that in any which way you want. So if you're an intellectual, you'll be able to get more enjoyment out of this video. Congratulations. You don't need Chris Rogers to... Never mind. So at the... So at the front of this machine, there is absolutely hee-haw. Oh, wait. There seems to be a couple of speakers. These are useful for having some sound. Because... Yay, sound! Okay, so on the left, you have an infrared port, CD-ROM drive, flippity-floppity drive. Let's hope that in this machine it actually goes. So I use a floppy drive. On the right, we have a modem, vent, and 2 PCMCIA Type 2 or 1 Type 3 card slot. And then on the rear of the machine, we have the DCN. Here. PS2 mouse and keyboard port, I do believe. IEEE 1284 parallel printer port. 1 USB port. RS-232 serial port. VGA port. Headphone, microphone, and line in. So I hate to alarm you, but there seems to be no way of connecting this directly to a TV without the purchase of a VGA to S-Video or composite box. And who is going to think to get one of those? I don't think this is going to work so well for video editing, which is why I won't install any video editing software on it.
What do you mean? You could get by with Adobe Premiere.
Sony Vegas.
Sony Vegas 12 on here.
Yeah, maybe 7.
-7.
So now we have an orange light. Now I don't know at this point if this takes a charge. Yes, this has got a smaller screen than my 3612C. And it looks a wee bit better as well. It's kind of a bluish colour, kind of a greyish bluish colour, same colour that Sony Vaios of the day were. And we have email and internet button, so this is definitely a bit of an upgrade. I can definitely still tell where this came from, but still, very nice, attractive looking laptop. Shall we switch it on? Yeah, let's do that. Packard Bell starting system. Packard Bell still starting system. Oh! Save to disk file not found. Ah! Save to disk feature is disabled.
What does that mean? There's a battery dead or something?
Oh, it means that there would normally be a hibernate partition.
I was thinking hibernation battery.
Well, it doesn't seem to... The fan's going, but it doesn't seem to make an awful sound like the 3612Q seemed to make. Oh yes, and this did come with XP. Why it came with XP? I don't know.
What's the CPU in that?
Celeron 400?
XP on a Celeron 400. Oh boy.
Yeah, if you're going to use that, Jay, I'd take some Advil or some Tylenol beforehand.
We could go big and take, like, Vicodin or something.
Well. It looks like someone has had the fortitude to upgrade the RAM. It's now got 160 megs in.
That's a weird amount, but
Okay.
Certainly from 64, unless it's 64 built on and they've just added another 64 and a 32.
Uh-huh.
Because otherwise they'd have had to take one module out and put a 32 meg in.
Well, the good news is that will run Windows 2000. Really good.
And a Celeron 400? None of my machines would run Windows 2000 if they were a Celeron 400.
Well, I was just thinking about the RAM.
Now, let that be a lesson to the rest of you.
Alright, put Windows Cement on it.
Yep, there we go. It's got a Neo Magigraph 128ZV driver, which seems to be a downgrade from the 3612Q, because that seems to have 256. And then we've got ESS 1969 sound card, Lucent WIN modem. Yeah, just a Lucent WIN modem. Yeah, that's all it needs. Just a Lucent WIN modem. Processor. I love it. It just says processor.
Gee, I wonder what's in this computer. It's a processor.
Yeah.
They have a processor in there. If it didn't, it just wouldn't be right.
No.
Well,
Intel Celeron
It
Pro.
should be a calculator at that point.
Even a calculator has some sort of a processor.
Yeah, I know.
Windows XP Professional with Service Pack 2. Let's see if there's anything installed on here.
Let's see how many toolbars are in Internet Explorer.
Let's do that. I don't think there's anything installed. I think someone's just put XP on just to be able to send it away. I kind of see where they're going with it. I must say the screen is quite nice for what it is. And just in case anyone is wondering, it is an active matrix.
That's an
very
Acer.
active matrix.
That's an Acer Bell, right?
An Acer Bell. No, it's an NEC Bell.
Oh, okay.
Late 90s, probably 1999 if it came with money, 99 and Windows 2000 and Wired 2000 and Windows 98. It could have been 99 or 2000.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know when this laptop was from.
Yeah. Put it this way, it came with Windows 98 previously. It will have never came with XP. And I think it's actually from the year 2000 because it actually advertises itself as being Windows 2000 compatible. Which technically it is. Now, does the floppy drive work? Let's hope it does.
Come on, flippity floppity.
Yes, it does. Now go get some floppy drive, some floppy disks for us. But before you put it in the computer, go outside in the snow if you have any. Lie in it and look at them.
Look at the floppy disks in the snow. Yep.
Yeah, it's just an old-time tradition. Just lie in the snow and, look at some old floppy disks.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to test the CD drive. Just with a...
Oh, so it's tri-spindle?
Yes, it is.
Huh.
Those are the best machines, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have all your things dangling around.
Giggity.
Because when you have your things dangling around, it's just awkward, and it flops around, and...
And some people... And sometimes you can't even get the dangly things.
Well, that's unfortunate for some people.
Well, we don't even need Chris in the call to turn it the wrong way.
Yeah, but I don't have to make it obvious.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's like some people... It's like, you end up doing desk swapping and it just goes completely wrong.
People come in the call and tell jokes like, knock, knock, who's there?
Knock, knock, who's there?
Oh, that must be the beans.
Eat the beans, big boy! Jings. I'm hoping that's blank. Oh, that went well. Yep, that works. And let's see if I can get any sound, because I don't believe I've heard any over here. That'd be it. Oh, there is a sound driver on here. It just doesn't seem to be making any sound happen.
Well, that's not a very sound situation, is it?
Here. It isn't, is it? Let's see if I can do anything about that. Well, something happened. It just went bit. What?
You must have been hurting it, and it was cussing.
Oh, I've got some sound.
The computer's swearing at you. You must have, poked it the wrong way.
I can hear Queen very quietly singing "It's a Kind of Magic." Let's see if I can make it louder.
And the speakers are just so quiet that you need, cat hearing to it.
Meow.
That sound cord has that Winn-Dixie feeling.
It really does.
I should probably turn this on.
Yeah, I got mine up, so...
I'll turn this on like a muppet.
I wonder if there's a hardware volume knob that I've not been made aware of. I can't imagine that this machine is always this quiet. So as you can hear, I've managed to get the speakers up loud. The volume knob is hidden under the infrared port.
Yeah, super fine. Yeah.
So there you have it. This Packard Bell seems to be in working order. The floppy drive works, the CD drive works, and even the sound card works, would you believe? So, with that in mind...
Apple Macs are cheaper than Windows PCs. Guy sounds Australian if you're saying Apple Macs.
Do you know, we used to call them Apple Macs over here.
Yeah, it's like a UK, Ireland, Australia type of thing.
I refer to it as an Apple Mac. It must be, apparently...
It's faster than Microsoft Windows. That's kind of stupid. That's like a completely irrelevant point. How does that make it cheaper?
And you should comment telling them
cheaper.
You should comment telling them a thing or two.
Yeah, be like, OS 10 is faster than Microsoft Windows. How about you talk about the costs of the OS instead of how fast it is?
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Exactly.
Windows is more expensive than OS 10. I mean, let's be real.
Mm.
So OS 10 is like $30.
Yeah.
Whereas Windows 8, it's it's about £100. Nobody would wanted to pay that for an operating system that nobody liked. And at least OS.
The problem I have with Macs, the OS is great. The OS is fantastic, but the hardware has just gone way downhill. To the point they're going back to the way they were in the 80s, where everything was so locked down and unupgradable that you had to buy a new machine.
And that's
Exactly.
And that's why people didn't really buy Macs in the 80s, because they were that way. It was not until the SC and the SC30 came out that they got good.
Yeah.
You see, we need someone to go in Steve Wozniak's direction. I mean, the Apple II is basically... I mean, it was so open.
It was fantastic.
It was so open that the case wasn't even screwed shut.
Yeah.
That's how open the thing was. And the originals didn't even have proper blanking plates for the what is it? The expansion slots. I was going to say PCI slots, but you know what I mean. The expansion slots basically meaning you could have kind of pretty much whatever card you wanted. You know, just, I don't know, have a cable hanging out with an HDMI at one end. Another cable hanging out with eSATA on it, and another cable hanging out with USB 3. You imagine that, an Apple II with USB 3? Oh yeah, that would work. But still, Apple I'm sorry, I'm not buying another Mac because it's soldered down. I had a wee torch when I was younger that was more upgradable than the newest Mac Pro. At least you could open it to replace the batteries.
Yeah.
Anyway, this concludes this video, Some Frontier video. It's going to take me a while to actually track down all the drivers and software and what have you, install Windows 98 on it and get it to actually work. So, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe. If you like my channel and what I do, please feel free to like the Facebook page. But most of all, thank you for watching, and I hope you will all join me for my next video. Just a side note, look what I got. I got 2 free gifts. 2 sauna belts, which I think were used to help pack the machine. Have a look at these.
What?
I know, I got these in the box with the Packard Bell.
Well, looks like I guess they forgot they were in there.
I wonder how much I'd get if I put these back on eBay. I know nothing about sauna belts. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to use it while I'm on the computer? Is that what I'm to do? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.